Why don't you like him? Can you fill us in on the beef you got with Chris Avila?
A lot of the beef came from Bellator when this was the night where the Bellator tournament when AJ McKee fought Georgie Carhania. I saw Nate Diaz and Chris Avila. I walked up to Nate. This is before Nate fighting Jorge Masvidal. I walked up like, hey, good luck on your fight. I walk up to Chris, try to shake his hand, just being polite because he's with Nate. How's it going? I'm Anthony. He just looked at me, mad dog. He didn't say a word, just mad dog. And then I said, all right, we're going to fight. So they ended up setting that fight up. I beat him. Him and Nate didn't like the fact that I beat him, and they tried to jump me at the Bellator in the back of the event in Bellator. So they try him and his whole little scrap pack team try to jump me, and the beef just been really on. Like he's been very disrespectful towards me and my team. He's called my coaches and teammates vulgar names. He just thought he was really tough because he's with Nate and his boys. So when I see him, it's on. When I see Nate, it's going down. Like there's going to be a big scene with me and Nate.
What happened in that altercation?
So, with being in bad blood, Chris Avila, calling my coach McKee all types of vulgar names during the match. I beat him. We go to the back room where you do your medicals. I'm showboating like, haha, whooped your ass. Excuse my language. I'm the champ. I'm on a 5-fight win streak. I won. So him, Nate, they got upset. Nate threw a water bottle at me, not surprised. And 4 of the 5 guys ran up towards me. Luckily, the Bellator staff was there. I was with one of my teammates. The Bellator staff was there. And from there, they stopped the brawl from happening. Ever since that day, I just had a hate towards him and Nate. I do not like him. Nate when Nate was with Jason Manley, and Jason Manley was with AJ McKee. Nate tried to have an altercation with AJ McKee by themselves. But, you can't stop Nate. Once Nate get going, he gets going. We all know that. And Chris Avila is just that drummer boy that just, he's one of those tough guys, those wannabe tough guys where the boss is like, I'm going to beat him up. And you got that little guy in the background. Yeah. Like he says, he's going to beat him up. That's Chris Avila, And me and Chris Avila, we've already desired that we do not like each other. I'm going in there to physically hurt this man. Physically hurt this man. I do not like him. And I told him, if I see you and Nate, it's going to be on before the press conference.
So your first fight, which you guys fought in 2020 in Bellator, like you mentioned, you won via majority decision. So how do you see this fight going differently? Obviously, it's boxing, so completely different rule set now. But
knockout. He's trash. He can't box. He got a little cardio, but he can't box. I'm not gonna disrespect him as a fighter because he's going into that ring or that cage. You get my respect regardless if I don't like you or not. You get my respect going into that cage or that ring when you're going against me. But at the end of the day, I'm going to hurt this man. I do not like him. He sucks. All of his skill set, everything about him sucks. But I respect that he's a fighter and he's going in there sacrificing his life.
Okay, so there's a lot of focus right now on, obviously Jake Paul versus Tommy Fury. And then also another guy you've been talking about, Nate Diaz. Nate Diaz only has 1 fight left on his UFC contract. Right now, it doesn't look like he's going to re-sign with the UFC right away. It looks like he wants to fight out his contract. So a lot of talk within the combat sports community has been, well, if Jake Paul gets past Tommy Fury here in December, then they're going to put together Nate Diaz versus Jake Paul next. But it kind of sounds like you want a little bit of a slice of Nate Diaz as well.
I mean, that seems very fun of a conversation to talk about or entertain, but most likely I won't fight Nate due to, my status in the community of combat sports. I don't have that big name as Jake Paul does, and I can actually see a Nate versus Jake. Now, I wasn't told that the fight's going to happen. I can see it happen, but, I'm not around Jake or his manager or his team to discuss who's he fighting next. Because all I know that is he's focusing on Tommy Fury right now as we speak. Only Tommy Fury. He's not worrying about Nate or whoever, Canelo, but he's focused on Tommy. But that can potentially be a matchup if Nate decides to leave the UFC, or if he decides to stay. We might not see it. You know, if Nate does fight Jake, hey, I'm looking to fight either, you know, Nick Diaz if he's out of his contract, or I'm willing to fight Jake Shields or Gilbert Melendez in that group, you know, just to let them know, Team Paul versus Team Diaz.